Don Westfall, Dan McCarger. We're back one more time this season before we have to shut things down, and we'll have to wait for October before we can do this all again.
What?
I know, disappointing. We've grown fond of one another here over the weekend. 9+ periods of hockey, and in the end, it's an overtime winner by Jake Jackson. It's a good goal, a good shot. Boy, Munson was fantastic. Lecuvier was good too. It was a game that was deserving of going on overtime, and Tech wins it, and they'll move on.
And the better team this weekend was Michigan Tech. They needed it way more than the Mavericks did, and they came at the times they needed to and took care of business. So congratulations to them, and they'll be at Northern Michigan next weekend. Should be a great game Saturday. Highlights
of the game, we'll get into it actually. A scoreless first period of play. The first two periods probably were dominated by a lot of penalties, but we got into the second, and that's when the scoring opened up.
So Jake Jackson is 11th of the season from Brent Baltus, his 5th. At 6:09, makes it 1-0 in the second period. Mavericks come back on the power play from Zeb Knutson, his 14th. Parker Toomey with the assist, his 28th of the year, to even at 2. And then we sat at even at 1 apiece in the second. Until right there, Jake Jackson unassisted at 15:07 to win it. The JV top 4 play of the game.
They do the little things that make a big difference. At least you got this, Dan, that Jackson's from Minnesota. He's one of us in a way. He's from Maplewood, the junior, and again, he's got 12 goals on the season. Game summary, Dan?
42-27 shots on goal. The Mavericks attempted 92 shots in the game. They blocked 18. Power plays 9 and 4. There you see power play minutes. Faceoffs 1. The Mavericks win the battle there, but in the end, it's Tech by a goal. WCHA bracket looks like this. Northern Michigan hosting Michigan Tech next Saturday evening. The Mavericks waiting to find out about where they will play in the NCAA tournament. The Mavericks will not be a number 1 seed now in the NCAA tournament, almost assuredly that's the way that's going to work out. But they are in the tournament no matter what, and that's all that really matters. Win 4 games, you're national champions.
You asked Coach Hastings about it at the end of the game, and I'm going to ask you, and I kind of, in my mind, have an answer on this one. But, the Mavericks, obviously, they set things up as far as goals. Winning the regular season definitely was one. They got that. They got close, but they're going to come up short on the playoff championship. The big thing is with the team with 29 wins, obviously a fantastic season for the Mavericks. Disappointing tonight nonetheless. But the next thing looms even larger. This is a team that has gone repeatedly to the national tournament and not even won one game yet.
Correct.
And this is a team that might benefit, actually, ironically, from a little time off, kind of readjust, get their breath, and then go in with some momentum. Not a win, but nonetheless well-rested into the national tournament.
You wouldn't want to lose the way the Mavericks did this weekend, but since it's happened, there's some good things that can come of it, which is you're going to be rested going to the NCAA tournament. You can look back at the season and say, this was good, this was bad, and what do we need to work on? But you're right, the Mavericks have to win their first game in the NCAA tournament this year. This is a great hockey team. This is one of the best Maverick hockey teams ever. They have to take care of business in the NCAA tournament, and I think they will.
And Michigan Tech, to go on the road, to sweep Bemidji State, and now to come into this building to take out the number 1 seed. You can't say enough about the Huskies. I mean, Mavericks played well, but as you indicated, obviously you get 2 wins out of here. The Huskies just a little bit better this weekend. It was some great hockey, and kudos to them. It would be a great game to watch. Obviously, those of you on WCHA TV, you'll get a chance. But a battle of Michigan for the WCHA championship.
But for some injuries, they probably would have already been in the tournament anyway because this is a good hockey team. Yeah. We saw it this weekend. This is a very good hockey team. They're going to have their hands full going up to Northern and winning that game. But when you've got to win one period at a time, win 3 periods, and you win, and you go to the NCAA tournament, it'll be exciting for both of those teams, and I just wish it was here in Mankato next Saturday, but it's not.
Not going to be the case. So we're going to have to close out our broadcast season. We got a lot of people to thank, obviously, all the students from Bethany Lutheran College who are behind the scenes bringing you this broadcast. Certainly those involved with MSU. It's been great to work with Paul Allen and the group. I get the chance to work with Dan McCarger. He gets me, Don Westfall. It's been a good season all in all, but we're going to have to close it out.
Andy Hedlund as well.
Andy Hedlund was down for a few games indeed, but we're going to have to, like I said, close it out. The Mavericks, they come up a little bit short, dropping here the game tonight in overtime. They lose the semifinal round to Michigan Tech, and they'll just have to wait to see where they get seated in the national tournament. Once again, our final score in overtime, Michigan Tech knocking out Minnesota State Mankato by a score of 2-1. That's the same margin they win this series, 2-1 over our Mavericks. We thank you for watching. It's been a great season of hockey from downtown Mankato. 29 wins on the season. Hopefully the Mavericks have a few more, and we will look forward to bringing you the 50th season of Minnesota State Mankato hockey next year from downtown Mankato.